What's up, everyone? All right, so here we are back from the long weekend and starting Monday or starting Tuesday with a small win, up $537 today. Not a lot of profit, but green is good. I was up 600 on Friday and now 500 again today. So, it's kind of like right now I wrote on my calendar for both, where's my calendar? Both today and Friday, choppy. So, I wrote how much I made and I said choppy because it felt choppy. Friday, I went into the red and then I finished the day in the green, which is always feels like a victory. Today, I was down $1,200 and then I'm finishing the day in the green. So again, that feels like a victory. Making back like $1,800 is awesome. So, right now though, we have to be careful. The caution flag, so to speak, is out. The markets are choppy. I was really hoping to finish May with some big wins. I was already up $75,000 in the first 2 weeks. And now last week I was break even, and this week, up $500, whatever. $100,000 is just, it's out of reach. I've only got 2 days left in the month, so I still kind of would like to get above 85,000. It would make it my second best month of all time, and I'm at 77,000 right now. So I've got a little ways to go. I would need 2 really good days or maybe 1 really good trade to get me there. So we'll see what we can do. But anyways, let's break down today's trades in today's midday market recap. All right, everyone. So breaking down the trades from today, another green day. This is the 4th green day in a row, but a day where I would say it was a little bit choppy, finishing up $537. And just like Friday, I went into the red before getting myself back out of the hole and then finishing green. So any day that I start in the red, I immediately have to shift my game plan from being aggressive and trying to swing for the fences to just salvaging the day. And if I can finish green, then that's awesome. So today the goal, very quickly changed from trying to make $1,000 to just getting out of the hole. And you can see on my very first trade on BGI, I went down $729. So on BGI, this one hit our scanners, and today's a day where we actually didn't have anything on the watch list from the gap scanner. There was nothing that was gapping up that really looked good this morning, so that's fine. That's sometimes the way it is. There wasn't a lot that looked good. So the game plan then is to wait for a stock to hit the high-a-day momentum scanner because it's showing us right now that it's moving up with volume. And so BGI was the first one to hit the scanner at $1.89, showing a 10 million share flow and 138,000 shares of volume, but very high volume relative to what's normal for it. So I pull up BGI and I see, all right, it was a little bit of a gapper, and I see it squeezing up, but I'm just not totally sure about where I want to get in it. It kind of just surges right up to 214 and then pulls back for a second and then kind of surges up to 225 and then pulls back for a second, taps 227. And then this is where it did the first 1 minute micro pullback. And so this is where I decided to take a stab. As it curled back up here, I jumped in over 220, anticipating a retest a high a day and a break of this 1 minute breakout, 1 minute micro pullback. So I added at 220, 222, 221, 225, and then again at 230. It popped at 230 up to 235 and then dropped right down. And so I tried to sell half of my 12,000 share position, break even to that last ad at 230. I filled 4,000 shares, and then I kept trying to sell by putting my shares on the ask. So I tried to sell more at 224, and then I ended up selling the rest at 210 for a $729 loss. So the potential of this one, if it had worked, would have been to sell around 250, and that would have been like a $2,500 winner. So $2,500 of potential profit versus $700 of risk. That's a good profit loss ratio, and I'm okay with that. But today's a day where it just didn't really work, and so this one ended up coming all the way back down, and I ended up buying it pretty much near the highs, but you just never know. And so this one didn't work. Next one was CHCI. On this one, again, it was on the scanners a little bit earlier and people were mentioning it around 410, but I didn't feel confident to take the trade at that level I felt like it needed to pull back more on the daily. The daily chart was okay, but I really wanted to see more consolidation. But then once it started to take off, I was like, all right, well, clearly it's strong. I guess I'll just try to, jump on the momentum and see what we can do with it. So I finally ended up taking a trade at 9:59, buying at 54. So what I did is I waited for this 1 minute, for this 5 minute setup to pull back on the 5 minute time frame, and then the first 5 minute candle to make a new high, that was my entry point. So I jumped in this for the break of 260, anticipating it by entering at 254 and then adding at 266. And then it promptly dropped back down and I stopped out for a $492 loss. So with that, I was down $1,200 on the day, and I was like, all right, you know what? I'm just not sure that, I'm going to see good opportunities today. I think I'm done for the day. And I was like, I'm done. That's what I said. I'm done for the day. At the time, CODX was halted, but I didn't really have a lot of confidence in it because we'd seen a couple other stocks this morning, like BOSC, that popped up and then faded. BOSC, very weak. NAKD popped up and faded. And then, of course, BGI and CHCI. So I just sort of thought, today we're not seeing good follow through. I better just, cut my losses and be done for the day. $1,200 in the red isn't that bad, for me. So anyway, CODX is halted. I'm not thinking a lot of it, but it resumes from the halt and immediately squeezes up to 280. It pulls back for a second, taps 290, and then it taps $3. And so that's when I was like, you know what? I'm going to take a stab at this. So I started adding at 287, 296, and $3, looking for that break over $3. I ended up having a total of 9,000 or 8,500 shares. So I'm anticipating the break of $3, which is the psychological resistance point. But when stocks break them, they often make big pushes. And so this squeezed up to a high of 324, and I sold 3,000 shares at 321, some more at 316, and some more as it came back down. And so I ended up making about $1,600 profit on that trade. And I saw Zoe in the chat room made 13,000, which is awesome. I think a lot of you guys did better than me on it because you were more aggressive. You got into it a little bit faster. I was just a little bit more conservative today because I had lost on my first two trades, and I really didn't want to go for a third loss in a row. So I just kind of waited until it really showed me confirmation that it was strong, which meant I was buying at a higher price. So I still made money, but I made a little less than a trader who was more aggressive. Of course, being aggressive, it is relative to where you're at on the week, on the day, on the month, all that stuff. And I just didn't feel like I was really in a place to be super aggressive. So anyways, took a trade there, made some money, and then I got back in right here for the break over $3, thinking it would retest high of day. So I added at 298 and 299, sold half at 304, and the rest at 302 and 290. So that was like a $150 winner. And with that, I was like, all right, now I think I'm done. I said, guys, I'd keep it on watch over 308. The high when I had gotten in was 308, and it ended up coming back up and tapping 315, and then it dropped all the way down to 293 before then going and hitting high of day. So, kind of that choppiness, and I don't know. I undertraded it. I didn't overtrade it. I didn't push my luck on it. I undertraded it, but I'm walking away green on the name. I'm walking away green on the day. $500 a day keeps the job away, so I'm happy with that, and I'm not going to push it. Today's the 95th trading day of the year. I've been averaging right around $3,000 per day. So yes, today I'm I'm below my average by quite a bit, but I'll get it back on a day where, the market is a little stronger and I'm willing to be a little more aggressive, and I end up hitting that big winner right out of the gates. So, anyways, that's kind of about it for me. 2 more days left in the month of May, and, I'm really hoping that we see some good opportunities, but since we've had 2 choppy days in a row, and actually Thursday was pretty choppy for me as well, 3 choppy days in a row, I don't want I don't want to make mistakes tomorrow or Thursday, so it might be better just to continue to be conservative unless something really shows strength. And so that's kind of the thing is I want to, have this stock, have a stock prove to me that it can be strong. And if it proves to me it can be strong, that's when I'm willing to start to be a little more aggressive. And this one, did prove itself a little bit, but also kind of strange because there's no news on it. And, it's kind of like, where did this come from? But, by the time I was getting in at $3, it was up a lot and the volume was picking up. So it made sense to take a stab at it. But I would have felt maybe better about this one if it had a clear catalyst. That probably would have made me feel more comfortable being aggressive. So anyways, that's about it for me here today. And we'll be back at it first thing tomorrow morning. And hopefully we'll see a gap scanner tomorrow that we can do a little more with than the one that we saw today. All right, so that's the game plan. I'll see you guys back here first thing tomorrow morning. All right, see you guys in the morning. If you're still watching, you must have really enjoyed that video. So why not subscribe and get email alerts anytime I upload new content? Remember, when you subscribe, you become a member of the Warrior Trading family.